Hey everybody, it's Michelle LaVore coming at you, and it's been a little while, but I did want to just get on today and just kind of encourage everybody with something that I was receiving from the Lord this morning. But before I get into that, I do want to say a huge thank you to everyone who gives and continues to give. It is just amazing to see how God always provides for just what He's doing in our life and all of the needs that we have. And so a huge thank you to all of you. And if you would like to give, we are support based, so we have a PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo link below, and you can click there. So this morning it was actually during our God time, and I was talking about how it just feels like there are so many people who are in the body of Christ who are kind of in this place of just like, Lord, what is going on? Like, I feel like I'm just here. I don't know if you're going to move, that you're full of the promises of God. But it's like you're not seeing yet the vision of what the Lord has spoken to you. It's like you're just in this place. And I got this vision of God's people. Like, there are those that, you might see they're fruitful, God's working in their lives, moving in their lives, but you're sitting here in the waiting, just going like, what is happening? And I had this vision where basically there's a group of people that God has in His pocket. And if you were actually in a pocket, you wouldn't be able, it would be dark. You wouldn't be able to see. You would feel the movement of the Lord. You could like maybe feel like, oh, I think we're going this way or that way, but you truly have no idea where you're at. And I think that so many of us, it's like we're feeling that the Lord is moving, but at the same time we're in the dark as to what God's going to be doing with us personally in our life. And it just seems like God's moving, but my situation's not changing because we're in the pocket of the Lord. And so we're feeling Him move. But if you were a seed in the pocket of God, you're still in the pocket of God. And so it's like, what? There's all this movement going on, but I'm not seeing daylight. I'm not seeing God do things in my life at this moment. And another thing I was seeing was just this idea of God reaching His hand into His pocket and grabbing the seed. And even in that moment, like if you think about it, if you had seeds in your hand, but your hand's covering it, there's still this sense of not knowing because you're still in the dark. And it's almost like you're in the dark until God releases the seed from His hand to plant it in the ground. And it's like that's the moment that you're going to see. That's the moment when you'll be able to like understand, like, oh, this is okay. God has released me from this place He's had me in. And one of the other things that God was showing me is because I was seeing these seeds, but it was like the seeds had been germinated in His pocket, in His presence, like inside this dark place. Because sometimes you can get a seed and they'll just put a seed like in a paper towel and they get it wet, and then you just leave it alone and then it will start to come out of the seed. But it's like that, all the seeds, I feel like all the people that God has placed in a hidden place with Him, is that this was the place where He was keeping His people so that they could be ready and like germinate. Like that's where the seed went to die. But He's gonna bring out the seeds that are ready to be planted, and He's gonna start planting them in the land. And it's there was this sense this morning that when they're planted, they're just ready to grow. It's like, here you go, I'm planting you, you're ready to grow, you're ready to go, like, and just that God's going to be planting his seeds into the ground, and then he's going to be watering those seeds, tending the seeds, and they're going to really start growing. And I feel like for so many of us that have been these seeds in the pocket, you might be feeling like just this sense of like purposelessness. Like, it's like, Lord, you have all this vision in me and all of your words inside of me, but yet I'm not living out any of that purpose yet. And part of what we were talking about this morning had to do with the timing of the Lord and the fact that his timing is perfect. He knows when to plant the seeds. He knows when the ground is ready. You know, you don't want to plant seeds in winter, you know, when the ground's hard and it's frozen, because it's not the time for that. You know, there's this sense of this God knowing the perfect timing when the ground is tilled up, when he knows, okay, it's soft, it's ready, now I'm going to plant my seeds. And so I just believe that there's just this group of people that God has placed in a hidden place for a long time, but he's getting ready to take his hand, scoop out these seeds and start planting them in the land where they need to be, because this is the time in the season for those people to be planted. It's the time and season for them to grow and mature and see the harvest, see the fruit of everything that he has placed within their hearts. And then that's like, you know, when he starts planting you, that's when you'll see and really understand. Oh, now I see. Now I know that I was in a hidden place, but now I know where I am and I'm planted, and there's just going to be this sense of the eyes opening. Because I know for us, even with the revelation God gives, there is still a complete sense of darkness, like looking and being like, Lord, you've given us all of this, but how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, we don't know any of that. But there's going to come a moment when you're released that it's like you will just see. You will understand and know how God is moving in your life in a way that you've never experienced before. And so hopefully that's encouraging to you guys. I know for us it was really encouraging, just the sense of like, okay, we're still in the dark, but God is getting ready to move. He is getting ready to plant his people in the right time, in the right season, and he knows what he's doing. He is the master gardener, and he knows that, you know, there are certain times and seasons that you plant different things that you're going to grow, and so just trust him with what he's doing in your life, and trust that he knows that perfect moment when he's going to place you in the ground. So yeah, just pray that this blessing to all of you, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.